Hey everybody, it is 7:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 19th of November, and Chipper is here with me. Chip, would you like to say anything? He's looking the other direction. He's all situated here on the side of the chair. Hey boy, say hi to the tribe, baby cat. He's like, no, I've got to groom right now. Okay. All right, y'all. We're having a fairly calm day, and yet something happened today that knocked me out. I fell asleep, and I'm not even sure how long I slept, and it was a very heavy sleep. So I don't know if anyone else experienced anything like that. And I could not see anything on the charts that explained why that would happen. But anyway, the main thing I'm wanting to show you, hey there, Vane and Mildred, greetings. Main thing I'm wanting to show you is, hey Mark, this crazy thing that's happening on the GOES satellite. I don't know what to make of it, but I want to show it to you. And I'm thinking perhaps this has something to do with the way I felt today. I felt good overall, but like I said, I just got zapped at one point. Just fell asleep big time. Hey, Deborah, Shital, greetings. Jennifer, Nalita, Drayson. Hey, everybody. Ronnie. All right. It's Chipper and me tonight here with you. Sugar is somewhere nearby. I'm not sure where, though. And somebody is trying to call me. I'm going to put the focus on sleep. And hopefully folks will stop calling. All right. This shouldn't take long. I just want to show this to you. And hey, Karen, here we go. Are you ready? This is one of the charts available to us on spaceweatherlive.com, and it is coming from, I guess it's, let's see, NASA or NOAA. But anyway, check this out. Look at, that is the sun, that little round white circle. Do you see that? Do you see that? And then look at that. And that, I saw someone was saying that that was a huge object coming in front of the sun, but I don't think that is. I think that's some sort of interference static right there. Very odd looking, that's for sure. But let's go in a little bit closer. Do you see that big circular object? And here is the moon, but it's taking kind of a strange pathway through. There's the object, and then here comes the moon, and look at that. And more of the static. This is very odd. I've been watching it on and off all day, and I figured I better come on here and show it to you before it's gone. Here we go. Ready? Object looks like a planet. Goes up and down, and then the moon comes out and does this loop over. At least I think that's the moon. And we have that strange static happening. This is the contrast view. Now let's look at this one. And there's that strange static. And there that round object goes around, and there goes the moon, I think. And isn't that interesting? It goes around like this from the direction of this satellite. There it goes, and there goes the moon. Now let's watch the contrasting side. There goes a very round object, and here comes what I think is the moon and the static. You These are odd times, beloved. I don't know what to think of these things. I don't really know how to read this one. It's a fairly new piece that they've made available. It's a new tool within the last year anyway. But something is happening out there that is extraordinary. Let's watch both sides. I have a Band-Aid on my finger, so it's kind of messing me up. I have to use different fingers. There we go. The static. And then we should see that round object going around. And then there comes the moon, I guess. I don't know. What do y'all think about this? Very odd. Very different. And I don't see anything on the charts to warrant what I felt today. This is the Schumann resonance, and let's refresh it to make sure we're looking at the newest information. This is really quite calm, and amplitude was only at the highest point, 9.6. And moving on through, there's our black spike from yesterday, but nothing today. Let's look at Cumiana, Italy, and let's make sure it's refreshed. Okay, we have some red here in the spiking, and there is a lot of spiking on that particular version of the chart. And down below, it looks too calm, comparatively speaking. And there's our black spike we had on Cumiana yesterday. Trying to move it without being able to use my, oops, well, I guess I'm not going to do that. Anyway, let's move on around here. Now let's go and take a look quickly at the alternative charts and see what we can see here really fast. Go back to the beginning and then let's refresh. And as you can see, it looks like they're having a big old thunderstorm, but it's way below Italy, which is here. It's nowhere near any of the observatories we watched there or up in France. But let's look through. See what we might see. Of course, this is Cumiana, which does show up on the app we just looked at. And moving on down. Chipper, what are you whimpering about? He's over here licking his paw, whimpering. What are you whimpering for? What? Funny boy. He wanted attention, and he got it. Yeah, we're looking at you. Yes, we are. Handsome cat. I don't know if you can hear him purring. He's purring up a storm. Okay. Back over here. Chipper still wants attention, but we'll come back to it maybe in a few minutes. All right. This is a lot of activity, but not unusual. Etna Radio Observatory. And let's move on through a lot of activity. Of course, the different ones look different in the way they express the energies. This is Etna also, and look at that. And all the black. And whoo, talk about color. This is the magnetic field, and all of these are part of the Schumann resonances that make up what we watch. and make up the overall number. And as you can see, the trees have been back today, the little happy trees. And that's always something we enjoy seeing. And looks like just a bunch of sort of cedar type evergreen trees, and this line makes me think of a water line, like these are next to a body of water. So we call them the happy little trees. Let's move on through. Lots of activity, anomalies, unusual markings all through here. Spiking, lots of intense activity. I really wish we had access. We used to have, over 2 times more of these charts available from different observatories, but they've just slowly filtered them away to where we hardly have access to much of them anymore. So we have to do with what we have. All right. So nothing too terribly outstanding there, but lots of activity still. And in space weather, we were looking at this. Let's watch this again. This was the main thing I wanted us to look at together. This satellite, look at all the staticky stuff. This is the GOES satellite. Look at that large object going across, and then that must be the moon and more of the strange static. And then we'll watch and see that huge planet-like thing going across. I have trouble imagining that that's the moon when we see the moon coming out from the right and looping around back out to the right. So here, let's watch that strange object again. Up and over, down, and whoosh, and then the moon. What in the world is all this, you know? This is the contrasting view, which shows a lot more. There's definitely some interesting stuff out there. And that static is odd too. And let's watch the non-contrasting view going across. And here comes what I think is the moon. And the static. Okay. Let's go back and look around. There are no major coronal holes. We only have 3 sunspots showing up on the face of the sun. This is what we were just looking at. And we don't have any significant solar activity. We had a little bit of a C flare here. Nothing outstanding. And thank goodness a radiation storm appears to be over. So let's come up here and let's look at auroral activity. Let's refresh the page. And you can see we're below 1 on the KP index. They're not expecting much. They're expecting KP4 in their forecast. The aurora is barely showing up. Just here and here, hemispheric power is very low, 14 and 13 gigawatts. Solar wind is more of a normal range, which is 371 kilometers per second. We have seen over 1,000, and recently we've seen 900 and 800 kilometers per second. Density is slightly elevated. Interplanetary magnetic field is very slightly elevated, very slight. And the BZ is in the north. So we should be feeling very little from this. And look here. It says waning crescent, but you can hardly see it at all. That's almost a totally dark moon. Just a hint of the crescent. The disturbance storm time index is not showing any storming. So everything's pretty calm. Let's go look at the overview. We have a type 2 radio emission. Where did that come from? Well, we do have some liftoffs of energy off of the sun And though I don't have instruments there to show it, let's go check out what Solar Ham has to show us. He has more instruments available that he works from. And here we can see there was a significant prominence, they call it, that lifted off the North Pole region of the sun. And look how high up it went. When you realize that Earth looks like a BB next to this, which is the sun. And there's an eruption off the east limb, as they call it also. This is huge, but it's not coming towards Earth. However, it did register. Now this is where the prominence lifting off the North Pole region was just getting started. That's big, though. That's really big. We have seen this before. Once before we had it, they called it like a crown on the top of the sun, and this looks very similar to me. So perhaps this is what some of us were responding to and reacting to. You know, I sometimes can feel solar flares coming off the backside of the sun. And if they're big, they can knock me for a loop. And these are big. They're not coming towards the earth, but they are within sight of the earth. And so, yes, those of us who are sensitive can definitely feel something from it. So, I don't know about you all. I just wanted to come on and say, hey, and I'm going to show you Chipper. Hang on. Look at this. I don't know if you can see him. Look at that. He's being just a total fur baby tonight. He's wanting to cuddle, and he's been making little whimpering sounds, being all cute and stuff. So, our fur babies do feel these things a lot of times. So, he may be feeling something from this, or he may just be suffering from a severe case of cuteness. So I hope you all have had a good day. My day today has been much better than yesterday. Yesterday was just about catastrophic for me. Incredible, loony stuff. It even wore my friends out who knew what was going on to me and happening around me. Today has been a good day, and I'm very grateful for it. So, Share Bear, oh my word, sent 2,000 stars. That's the most anyone's ever sent to me. 2,000 stars, so that's $20. Thank you, Share Bear. My goodness, I'm feeling the love. Thank you. I appreciate it. There's been so little activity on the online energy shop. Everybody is doing something else right now, apparently. I don't want to pester you all. But I've had like 2 orders in a week's time. And that isn't, isn't the best. But thank you. Thank you to those of you who are looking out after me and blessing me. And thank you, Share Bear, for 2,000 stars. Wow, $20. That's the most anyone has ever sent me through stars. And Massimo, I can't read that. It won't translate until I get off of the live. But I'll try and check out what you had to say. So, anyway. Well, Loretta, that sounds very unique. Very unique, to say the least. Okay, beloved, I just wanted to drop in quickly, Chipper and I, and say hey and show you that crazy thing that was happening. And Chipper is very aware that the tribe is here. I'm pretty sure. Look at that little face. What are you up to, boy? He's really laying on the cute big time tonight. And he's got his winter coat and he's all fluffed out. He doesn't need it today. Here, where I live, today, November the 19th, it is currently 75 degrees outside. Crazy. And it's 7:28 p.m. 75 degrees outside. Wow. But where I live, you never know. It can be 70 degrees on Christmas Day, or it can be 11 degrees Fahrenheit. You just never know where I live. So y'all, I hope you're having a really good day. I hope you are enjoying your life and taking care of your wee little selves. And I just wanted to come in and say hi and show you this crazy stuff going on. And I will, as always, click it to where you can watch the replay if you missed it and you want to come check out. Oh, we're freezing. What's happening? Oh, my goodness. Who did this? Let me go down to the bottom and find out who just blessed me with stars. Paula, thank you. Paula sent me 500 stars. That's $5. Thank you, Paula. That was fun, too. It was a lot of fun. All right. Love you all. We're going to sign off here. Keep your thoughts positive. Feel happy things. See yourself and feel what it is you're wanting to come into your life. And remember, we're not going through all of this for nothing. We're going someplace really good. 5D. This all has a purpose. And we are changing our world by our attitudes, by our thoughts, by our intentions. Mwah! Thank you for being you. And talk again soon. See ya.